ALS 1010CP, in partnership with Scale at NUS, help working adults to learn in the most efficient, productive and enjoyable way. This cultivates the skill to remain competitive in a rapidly changing job market and an increasingly complex world. Now let's hear from some of these adult students that we had in the past semesters.
I really enjoyed this course.
In a way, learning to learn better is taking a step back first and looking at the process of learning, and hopefully that will really help you as you're learning all these other things that are going along. So I joined this module because I felt that learning is something that, regardless of whether you're an educator or you're doing anything else, learning is something that is very important regardless of which stage of life you're at.
I work with people with autism, so I teach them, I coach them life skills, vocational skills and social skills.
As educators, sometimes we see things from our point of view as we're looking out at the classroom, but we don't really see how students are reacting, or we don't really understand perhaps some of their perspectives and their opinions and how they are in a way reacting to what we are saying as in the front of the class.
And for autism, some of them have learning difficulties. So this is what got me interested in this course, with how do you learn better. Essentially, you delve into how exactly an individual learns, a neurotypical individual learns, and then there's so many aspects of it.
It was relevant to what I do. I wanted to learn more about how to help other people, and most of what we did in psychology touched on these concepts, but I never actually examined them in depth. So this was like a nice chance to figure out what it actually is and how we can apply these learning principles.
In general, NUS modules sometimes are very much content-based, but I think modules such as this particular module really gives you the skills and equips you and makes it easier for you to do these other modules along the way.
It was a lot more networking, a lot more laid back, which was really nice. But also there's less chance for interaction because it's kind of short, it's 6 weeks. But it was really good to get a chance to talk to different people about learning.
I thought it could be overly theoretical or it's more academic, less practical, but it turned out to be surprising in the sense that there are things I could directly apply. I could bring it back to work the next day. How important sleep is for the individual, the concept of metacognition, and those are really very, very helpful.
So I think this module really helped us to gain more insights into perhaps how they are picking up these things that you're presenting to them, and perhaps ways in which you can make it easier for them to pick up and recall these things that we want them to learn.
Learning is a lot of things and it's a lot more complex. There's a lot of improvement that we could do in terms of what we do in schools and how we can apply these principles. Like, as educators, you would think that maybe learning principles would be perhaps the fundamental of what we do, but I realize that most people don't know these terms or don't know these concepts.
So I brought out a few of the concepts that we learned. Some of them include deliberate learning. How do you specialize in a certain skill or certain task by learning them deliberately? Yeah, I believe that educators should take this course in order to teach better, to teach more efficiently, such that students can learn the concept that they teach.
I think this course is really useful in helping us realize the learning techniques that are applicable for us as individuals, because every learner is different, right? And I think being exposed to all these different techniques and these different ideas really gives you greater insight into what works for other people, and then looking back at yourself, what would eventually work for you.
Well, it's really fun and there's a lot of effort put into this course, and it's something that you can pace your own learning and you can read if you have the time. If you don't have the time when you come to class, we talk about it anyway, and it's one of the most fun ways to meet people.
In a way, don't take these learning strategies wholesale and really just modify and adapt them to your own wants and needs, and by doing so you really make yourself a better learner and makes it so much easier for you to pick up new things along the way, or to make yourself better at the things that you are already currently interested in.